This is the plaintiff, Nia Taylor. She says she rented a duplex apartment from the defendants, and the place had a damaged gutter which allowed critters to get into the attic. Those things made a racket all night long. They became sleep-deprived, and the defendants did nothing about it. She moved out. The defendants have invented bogus damages, and she's suing for the return of the $683.70 she's owed. These are the defendants, Donald Anderson and his son William Taylor. Donald says the plaintiff broke her lease and moved out. As required by the law, they sent an itemized list of damages to the duplex the plaintiff caused. She disagrees with their calculations, and here they are. Bottom line, they're pretty sure they have an ironclad case today. They're accused of fixing nothing.
All parties, please use your right hand. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Williamson presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Taylor, you are here on behalf of Ms. Sampson, who is your
mother.
Okay, as well. So you're suing Donald Anderson and William Taylor, who are the owners, former landlords of yours, because they've withheld all this money from your deposit that you think is inappropriate.
Yes.
How long were you living there?
2 years.
And were there problems during the time that you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of problems?
It's a list of problems. It started once, probably like 1 month after we moved in. The gutter had failed, and it hanged for a while before he even took it down. And then once he took it down, he never even replaced it. It just was without a gutter the whole 2 years we was there.
Okay, you've helpfully taken a video of the gutter.
That's the initial video that we sent once it failed, because it was a loud noise. And we went outside, and this is what we seen, so we sent it to Don.
Did they ever fix it?
No, ma'am.
What did they end up doing?
Well, it dangled for a while, and then eventually...
What's a while? A day or a month?
Couple months.
A couple months, okay.
And then he took it down, but never put one back up. He just took that one down.
And did anything happen as a result of that?
Yeah, raccoons got in the attic.
And you feel that the lack of gutter is what did that?
That was the entryway, because it wasn't no gutter all the way around the house, from the front to the side to the back. And then it made holes, and we could see the holes of where the creatures was coming in and out, and then we could hear them. All
right, did you complain about that to them?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Okay, so you decide that you're going to leave, and are you on a month-to-month lease at that point?
No, it was up in July, and it was March. So we asked, since he didn't fix the problem with the critters in the attic, like we couldn't sleep, like it became a nuisance, and we couldn't. And I have a child that goes to school, and I go to work, so he wouldn't. Nothing was done about the creatures. So
what would they say when you would call? Who is it you'd speak to?
Don.
All right, and what would he say? Yeah, I'll get to it, or he wouldn't say anything?
Yeah, he'll say, well, I'll find some time. When I get a chance, I'll come.
Why doesn't he send somebody if he's so busy? Did you ever say that to him?
I'm not. I haven't personally. I'm not sure if my mom did. But.
Okay, so you request to get out of the lease early?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and an agreement is made that your last day is going to be what?
April 5th.
All right. The entire security deposit was how much?
$750.
Okay, and one of the things that they withheld for was rent for the first 5 days in April.
But they told me I had till the 5th to leave.
But that's not the same as telling you, and you can stay 5 days for free.
The agreement we signed said that we had before or by the 5th.
Yes, that's fine. So I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
You're translating that to somehow mean that you have 5 free days. And I don't see why. Just because you have until the 5th doesn't mean you don't have to pay until the 5th.
We gave them March rents on the 5th.
Yeah, but your rent's due on the 1st. It's not due on the 5th. Like, in other words, you're giving the rent late, but your rent is due according to your lease. Your rent was due on the 1st. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, you prorated. When you moved in, did you prorate the next month or something? Mm. When you give the rent on the... What is your lease, your original... Or the lease you were under, what does it say? Is rent due on the 1st or the 5th?
It's due on the 1st.
Oh, if it's due on the 1st, then rent is due on the 1st. You choose to pay it on the 5th because you're keeping it on your side as long as you can, but that doesn't mean rent's due on the 5th. So when you pay March, you've paid March 1 through March 31st. So if you stay until April 5th, that's fine. You have permission to stay until April 5th, and that's fine, but who's going to pay those 5 days' rent? Yeah. So they are entitled to take out for that. And how much did you take out for that?
That came to $133.35.
And how much is rent?
Oh, rent at that point was $800.
Yeah. And then what's the deal with that hanging? That's like such a liability. If anybody cuts themselves on it and you leave it hanging for months, what's the deal with that?
Ma'am, that was removed after a couple days. And as far as the critters, that's news to me.
It's news to you, but
News to me, they're critters. That's news to me.
did you ever text them that there's no...
That we had at
Okay.
raccoons upstairs.
They said they could get in. If Believe me, I have a.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Did she ever mention critters or
No, ma'am.
never?
She mentioned they can get in, but never said there actually ever was any. So I saved the $500.
You say that you only left that gutter there a couple of days. I'm looking at the text, and she tells you about it.
Okay, could have been a while, but.
Oh.
Well, okay, not okay.
Did I catch you already? I haven't even done it yet.
You're right,
Give me a
but-
chance to cross-examine
But ma'am,
you.
is that a habitability
Okay,
issue?
she says,
Okay.
she sends you a picture June 14th. Okay, I'll try to fix this week.
Okay.
And then it's October when she says the gutter in the back is falling more. So, yeah, it's not a couple of days. It's
Okay.
June, July, August, September, October.
Concede
Okay, but
that.
how do you confuse a couple of days with 4 months?
I concede you. I concede.
No, I don't care that you concede after
No,
I
I'm
skewered
saying
you. I care that you were saying it was a few days when you know it wasn't. Because now that's going to color what I think about the rest of what you say, right? I'm not going to pay rent for you to have the place looking like it's some slum. It's got a thing hanging down which could hurt somebody, and it shouldn't be there. And you as a landlord don't want that.
Agreed.
Because if she trips or if she says she tripped, you're dead. All right, let's talk about what you guys withheld. You withheld, let me see, is there like a letter or something? Yes,
ma'am.
right?
You should have a letter. I'll copy that.
Okay. And this letter is sent on May 18th. The bathroom, repair the vanity door, $85. Repair medicine cabinet door, $85. Did you actually spend $85 exactly to repair each of these two?
No.
What did you do instead?
I fixed the door myself.
Okay.
And actually I replaced the medicine cabinet at $200. Spent some $200.
Right. Well, let's talk about each of those separately. But my question is, do you have receipts for any of the stuff that you've deducted? Or did you do all the work and you are picking a figure to deduct?
I am doing the work, but we also have this settlement chart.
Made by landlords, for landlords.
It was well made by
Okay,
the
no, I get it,
landlord.
though. But that's
yeah,
how you're
as
going.
a guy.
It's how I said that there are no
right.
actual receipts, right?
No.
Okay, I got it. What's the relationship between you two?
I'm the property owner. He acts as my agent, and he's also my father.
Yeah, okay.
And
that's-
business partner.
Yeah.
All right. Were you there during whenever time he's seeing stuff, or you weren't there?
I was there upon move out.
So now let's talk about the vanity door. Let's see a picture of the vanity door in question. How old is the vanity door?
Let's see, we put that in right before the tenant before them, so I'd say 2 years at the most.
How
Or
did that
2.5
break?
years, I'm
Because that
sorry.
does look broken there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's something we seen when we did the final video when we was moving out. So, and we didn't take anything out the bathroom. So,
Right, but okay, that's someone walking into it and breaking it or something, because that's impact I'm looking at.
I'm sure I understand that, but where it's at is the only thing that's right there in front of it is the toilet. So somebody probably would have to kick it from the toilet, but
All right.
I'm not
but,
sure.
But it wasn't given to you that way.
No.
Right. Okay, I got you. All right. Now the medicine cabinet. What's going on here?
That's where it was ripped off there. I had tried to fix it with putty and.
Right, but when you say ripped off, you are using a verb that would assume that they did something to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're putting putty in there, it's because the screws that are put in there fail
out.
because it's too wide.
No, ma'am, it was ripped. The door was ripped off. Okay.
How do you know? You weren't
How do I
there.
know that? Because they don't break themselves.
No, but the moisture in a bathroom could, cause them to start to rot, and then you have to fill the hole again, right?
But what happened was I asked her to send me pictures of it, and down at the bottom
So
there.
she had complained about it to you.
I all of a sudden I got a contact from her about.
Wait, I'm sorry. Back up. When did she complain about it to you?
when it happened.
Hold on. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Go
Like
ahead.
3-4 months before they moved out.
She says to you what?
That the door fell.
Okay.
Okay. I asked her to send me pictures. Okay. She sends me a picture, and see that at the bottom of that picture there. You see that is a shelf. What had happened? The shelf had fell behind. That was full of cans, and there was one can, because that shelf fell down, was sticking out. Okay. So somebody tried to close it, and you could see it was forced open. We're forced it
Where are
off.
you getting that? Where am I seeing
I
that
don't-
in this picture?
See the shelf at the bottom there?
Yes.
That is a shelf.
Yes, that I see in this picture.
And she texted me. I lost the picture somewhere, but
There's a picture that she texted you?
yes.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find that.
There should be a bunch of cans along the bottom there.
This is the picture you
Here we
wanted, right? We're trying to figure out the cause for it to fail. And if I just open my cabinet and the door falls out, I didn't do anything wrong. If I whack the cabinet, I did something wrong. So I need to be able to see evidence of which, if I just use it in its normal intended use, I didn't do anything wrong. If I put cans there because that's the shelf and I'm supposed to be able to do it, I didn't do anything wrong. So the question is, are these just cheap items and they failed, or did they do something wrong? So tell me what I'm looking at
If you
here.
Go lower.
Lower.
Olive oil right there. See how it's sticking past the bottom there?
It's space behind the
It's-
can.
and the reason-
back.
I don't know if there's space behind the can
the
or
reason,
not.
The reason is because that shelf is behind, has pushed it out.
No.
So when
I don't know about that.
You can.
you with that sticking out, you can't.
I mean, but what are you suggesting? That somebody, is this a medicine cabinet?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are you suggesting? That she keeps trying to close it because she doesn't know that the can is too big? I don't know. And it does look like there's space behind the can, to be honest with you. Because
Space
I'm
in
seeing,
front.
see the bottom
Yeah.
of the can? So it looks like that can, like this is
Can
just a
wasn't fully
fortuitous.
in.
I think you're assuming a lot. I don't know
I
that.
mean, I can't
Is there
prove it.
anything else there that would cause you to charge her
And
$85?
And I've never had a medicine cabinet door fail.
Let's put a pin in the medicine cabinet door. Okay. And let's go to the next thing that you are withholding for. The damaged shelves. These are shelves that are in the basement, correct?
In the laundry room, yes.
All right. Is this it?
Yes.
Okay, this looks really crappy. So please explain to me how much you withheld for this.
I'm going to put $100.
Why? Like, what is it you have to do to get these working again besides take care of all that mold?
That's not mold.
What is it?
It's a basement. That's just cement.
No.
That's not mold. There was no mold in the basement.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I'm looking at,
I have
It's
a
not
video
mold, ma'am.
of the whole
either way, like,
wall.
how precious was this that she'd pay $100 if
If we
it
wanna
failed?
lower the
I mean,
amount,
come
that's
on.
fine, but she did
No,
damn
the
it.
answer's
Okay,
no. All right, let's go
that's
to the
fine.
next one.
That's fine.
Okay. Clean and shampoo carpet. Okay, I'd like to see pictures of the carpet. I didn't see that. Do you have that?
No.
Okay. Replace missing damaged blinds. You do have pictures of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't have the ones that are missing ones, obviously.
But some of them were also damaged,
Just
right?
one.
Yeah.
Just three.
All right,
One was
hold
damaged.
on.
There should be a picture of that.
What happened to those blinds?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We never went in there because it was leaking, so maybe my mom lifted it up to open the windows to air out.
All right. And what did you withhold for the blinds?
I think it was like 35. I think it was like 35.
35 of them.
each.
Let's talk about that medicine cabinet door. So she texts you, you say, about the medicine cabinet door, right? Mm-hmm. When do you have a second? This is on January 13th. When do you have a second to stop by and check some things out? You never got around to putting a new gutter, so now we have critters living in the attics and the walls.
It's not true.
No, that's not my question. You
understand.
said, for news to me. First time I've heard that, but you're not telling me the truth because I'm reading the text that she sent you January 13th.
Because I went up and looked, there weren't any
That's
critters.
not the same as saying she never told me about it. It's
You're-
news
you're
to
right,
me. You're
man.
very flippant about your testimony.
No, ma'am, it's
You're
been-
under oath, and you need
She
to
was
be
there
less
for
flippant.
2 years. We have 20 units.
I don't know
remember
why you're
every
saying
detail.
to me then categorically. She never told me about the
I
critters.
did
It's the
not mean
first time
that
I'm hearing this.
I did mean that categorically. Sorry.
You don't dispute the final water bill. You agree that that's yours, obviously. Mm-hmm. What was the size of the check they sent you?
55.
Okay. I find that you're entitled to the rent, of course. I find that you're entitled to something for the vanity. I think 85 is high. I'm going to value that at 50. I find that you are entitled to the water bill, of course. I find that you're not entitled to the shelves. I find that you're not entitled to the medicine cabinet door because you don't have proof that she broke it. The damaged shelves are garbage. They're not worth $100, and I'm kind of offended you included them. Cleaning the carpet is fine if you had a receipt for it, could show me that you rented the machine, could show me that it needed cleaning and shampooing. So no, you can't deduct anything for the carpeting. And frankly, I would be a lot more pushy. If my gutters were hanging down for 4 months, oh, you wouldn't believe the pushy I'd be. So let's see what the total is that I say you can withhold. I find that you can withhold $354.64. I'm ordering you to return $395.36 of the deposit. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails. She's going to get back just under $400. She had been suing for $683. Mr. Taylor, you said you thought you had an ironclad agreement before coming into court today. What happened? It wasn't so ironclad.
We're never allowed to present the agreement. And there's other provisions in the lease that we did charge her for, such as late fees, which would have ran up to $1,200. There's also some other things that we did not charge her for that we could have.
Well, look, you had the opportunity to push your case in court.
Agreed.
You didn't tell it to the judge. Don't tell it to me. You have to
Okay.
tell it to the judge. All right, thank you very much. Again, your ironclad agreement was not so ironclad. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Taylor, the plaintiff is on her way out of the courtroom now. I'm sure she feels a lot better about coming to court. Ms. Taylor, you didn't get back everything you wanted, but you did get the bulk of it. How do you feel right now?
Good. It's better than the $55 check that they sent initially.
No question about that. Yeah, no question. What have you learned from this whole experience? What do you think?
I guess to make sure I read everything on the lease.
I think that's a good way to put it. All right, well, listen, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Okay, so in this case, these items were super old. This really brings me to probably the most common legal dispute that landlords and tenants have about security deposits, and that is that if an item gets damaged or just used up, when is the tenant responsible? If it's a case of normal wear and tear, the tenant is not responsible. Typically, we see this where somebody paints the unit and over time it discolors, or it might be a rug that just gets matted over time. Tenants aren't responsible if it's normal wear and tear.
Can a robocall outfit be sued for injury if a person slips or falls on their way to answer one call, especially if the injury leads to medical bills and a hospital stay?
I love this question, all right? Because who can stand robocalls and telemarketers? I mean,
it's awful.
they're brutal. But there's this question here of causation, and in the law there's a thing called proximate cause. What was the real legal cause of the particular injury? And I would submit probably here there's an intervening cause.
Such as
in between.
your own
like
negligence.
you stepped on a roller skate or a banana peel or something on your way to answer the phone. So it's like, and proximate cause is a funny thing. It can get complicated. You might have, like here's an example. You've got little Johnny sitting on the park bench. He's eating ice cream and he's got a balloon in the other hand. And his grandfather's asleep next to him. You walk by and you go, "Hi, little Johnny," and he says, "Hi," and he lets go of the balloon. It goes up, it hits the tree above you, it pops. Grandpa goes, "Ah!" hits him in the face and blinds him in one eye.
Wow.
Did you
You've
cause
been
that?
really thinking about this.
Who caused that? Well, little Johnny says, "Well, you caused it."
If you hadn't said hi.
Right.
Right.
But you know, there are all these other, as it gets more attenuated, like the robocall scenario, you're less likely to collect.
You're right.
So in that circumstance,
You can only get foreseeable damages.
right. And you know, the real lawsuit that I want that class action for, give me my time back.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
these darn robocalls and telemarketers, because God only knows if you got compensated for that. Imagine how.
Imagine.
You'd never have to work again.